All right, we are live. Let me make sure you can see us and hear us. All right, nothing yet on YouTube side. A little late, a little laggy. All right, there we go. All right, let me see who is here before we get started. Rory, Matt, what's up? Manny Fresh, Kevin, good evening. Josh Leva, Too Legit, what's up? Lucky on Three Legs, Flipping the Hustle, our boy Danny, what's up? As more people come in, we're gonna explain a little bit. First off, no show next Wednesday.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, so maybe a show, but
Maybe a show.
if it is, it's not gonna be a regular scheduled programming. It might look different if we do something. We don't know yet, but as far as I know, we're going on. Probably not, but who knows? Stay tuned, I guess. Armand, what's up? Vegas Valet, Mo's Closet. Finally get back here. There we go, Mo's Closet. Very nice. All right, so today we're going to be talking about FOOTLOCKER and the news that they've been sharing recently on their Q2 earnings and seeing what other stores are doing. What does that mean for your eBay store? And then we're also going to be talking about hobby seller and professional seller or full-time seller. And also, I guess, some conversations B has been having lately with some other sellers that aren't necessarily, I guess, in the retail arb,
Right.
but they're selling on eBay, and just some interesting things there. So, cool shirt, Glenn. Appreciate that. Vegas Valet. Mendez finds what's up. Walter. L.A. Gonzalez. Nice. Let me see. Hey, boss, what's up? DJ. Jordan 1 flood looks good. More flooding to come. Let's see. Misinformation in hand. What's up? Baker Brand. Armand says happy belated birthday to Kenny.
Appreciate you. Double three, baby. 33.
33.
It was my Patrick Ewing year.
They're going to say Grant Hill.
That
Or Pippin.
Too. Oh. We don't want to be associated with Pippin in the recent news, right?
Pat Ewing.
Yeah, Pat Ewing just blocking those things that should not be making through the hoop. But yeah, we can't.
But what
talk
about the
to-
rings? You see? Select goods.
Oh, okay. Let's be Pippin getting his 7th ring. Jordan's 7th ring.
Yeah, Jordan 7 ring. Need that flood not to be $90. Josh Leva, Broadway B, Mondo Daniel Productions. What's up? El Paso Chihuahuas in the house. I like that. Let's
Yeah,
see.
Walter, exactly. Jordan and Pippen getting back together.
Oh man, that is bad. What else was I gonna say? They threw me. Oh yeah, Kenny's birthday. So how's that? How was your birthday?
It was good. It was good. It was actually a very relaxing day. I guess I stuck my foot in my mouth because I told my Orange Theory gang that I was gonna work out on my birthday, and then I didn't realize, so I had a call at noon, which usually when I work out, and then I had dinner at night where the other's schedule could be. So the only open spot was me working at 7:30 in the morning.
Oh,
And I barely made it. I did it, and at first I was like, "Oh, I feel energetic." But after like 15 minutes, I was like, "This is rough." So, yeah, it was very chill, very relaxing. Nothing too much. I think
boys
my
getting
goal.
older. It's relaxing.
Yeah, getting older. I think my goal for the year, because I thought my wife was just asking me. I think 33 might be the year that I'm gonna try to be in the best shape of my life.
All right, B's back at it.
Yeah,
There he is.
double three.
I remember when I was 33.
Yeah, I'm gonna be long. How did you
Long
feel
ago.
back then?
I know, right? Let's see, Rory and Matt. eBay been heating up, embracing myself for all NCAA gear to start selling. Bought many of the NCAA Pegasus, great deals, especially for the football seasons showing up. I
Yeah.
mean, it's gonna be prime time to be selling all of that. Let me see, how long ago was that? Glenn Select Goods. It's not pushing now. You showed up. That's half the battle. Happy belated birthday to
Thank you.
the B from Too Legit. All right, so I remember when I was in my 30s.
Oh wow.
Too legit.
Hey, at least you can still remember it.
Many moons ago, D-Bay. Exactly. All right, so let's start off with the first news. Anybody hit on Kobe 8 Protro Halo?
I literally slept on it. I was actually having conversation with Snickers Envy last night, and I was like, "Hey, should we? Like it's dropping. Kobe's are dropping again." But I think ever since they announced that they're gonna be dropping more, I think the hype like died, which is good. I think for collectors.
Oh, my side is still 409.
Oh, that's
What?
gonna drop. That's definitely
That's
gonna drop.
yeah. I mean, last sale 467. I do see that dropping though. Kobe 8, very light for him on court.
But
This
it's a
is
Protro too, the new
the
design, right?
Protro new design. Very true. You can also see that it has like a thicker padded tongue. This shoe is what messed up my
Yeah.
ankle at one point for the
This
longest
thing's too
time.
low cut, man.
Yeah, it
When your
was.
ankles are popping out of the side, just asking for it.
Yeah, this is a
Um,
bad on court shoe. I like how light they are, but I did not like everything
yeah,
that was going on right here.
yeah, and then the mesh, like this is. I wish. I mean, somebody. I'm sure there's gonna be customizer, like, dipping this, tie dyeing it, or something like that,
Mm.
because white's just not gonna. Like somebody step on you, game over. Because it's mesh. Like I've seen it up close. It's like layered mesh. It's like
Yeah,
if a dirt goes in there, it's kind of like those Concord 11s, right? If it goes in there, it's a game over.
yeah, that's
But
true.
but yeah, because even in our boutiques in our city, like they usually only get it in one store. This one they got it in three stores. So
Mm.
there's a lot more supply than what we think. But it depends. I mean, also too, there's not a lot of demand on all white shoe too.
If this was hard, I can't imagine how difficult reverse Grinches will be to cop.
It's $800 right now.
Oh man.
So so I'm assuming it's gonna be. Do you think it's gonna be more than the regular Grinch?
Mm, I don't know. That's a good question though.
I'm
I don't
thinking
know.
under. I'm thinking under.
Think
Are you
under.
over under? Chat. What do you think? Is it gonna be over the regular Grinch or under?
I guess the weird thing about the Grinches was that we had two releases on them, and this is the first time we're getting this. So I don't know. I think it's a good question. Sneakerfoot
Under.
Fine market will drop as more pairs are released. Have to consider college teams are being sponsored by Mamba brand, so I'm assuming multi-year
Oh, it said
project.
under.
Very true too. Under, way under. So there we go. That's our feedback right now. Under original Grinches sneaker flip find.
That's
Reverse
right,
Grinches will cause OGs to moon.
dude. Yeah, I let go of my Grinches. Um,
Come on now.
they changed a lot of like the other Kobe's that I got. So I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I'll get a worn pair. I
Yeah, get
haven't
a
worn my
pre-owned
pair.
one.
That's why you worn yours, right?
Yeah.
I haven't worn mine. That's why
Okay.
like it was harder. But it got me. I got to my the Kobe 8s. So I
Mm.
think that was more important to me.
Okay.
So
Just get them off of one out or something. Just
yeah, I'll rob
someone.
somebody.
Yeah, someone losing money or something. Just get a deal. All right, let's go to the. You know what? So I tried loading, and look, none of this tag stuff is loading. So I
What?
don't know what's going on here. It is loading on my phone, to go through these finds, but so we're gonna see. I did open some tabs, and then we'll look at some of the other ones. But start off with retrospective gear. Our boy, very nice.
Somebody need to explain this to me. I don't know what the story.
A GT cut.
I know it's GT Cup, but is it rare? No.
I mean, I feel like anything GT cut is
Oh,
just well, not the
I thought
GT
it was
cut
like a PE. I think the
2 or
back had a
3.
logo.
Oh,
It
does it?
wasn't. It's not a PE or anything like that. That's just regular.
Oh, now that you mention it, I don't even know. I don't even
Yeah,
click
that's
on
what I said.
the
Like
on the second
the
photo.
yeah, right. Look at that. Like switch. I mean,
I didn't
like the
click on the
Nike
second photo.
Beyond. That's definitely something different.
I mean, I saw a GT cut and I was already in. I mean, he already sold me.
And in this
So,
one, the logo. What's that logo?
Sneaker Flip Fine just
Oh,
says
that's
$500
standard.
shoe.
Oh,
Yeah, standard on this one. On this one, right? This logo that you're
Yeah,
talking
but the
about?
Nike Beyond is not.
Oh,
Is it? It is or it's not? We're
I
out of
don't even.
touch
Now
on
you're
GT cuts, man. It's
now you're
so
just
rare. It's so
so
rare.
rare. Actually, the only GT cut that I got was that white one, and that was it. And I mean, I sold that one, but I didn't find any others.
Dude, I'm
Slim
surprised we don't own
pickings.
any GT cut.
Because we don't play basketball. It's on every pair. I have multiple. There you go.
Okay.
Yaroslav.
Oh, sheesh.
All right, let's go to Tan's
The illusion
finds.
or rarity.
Yeah, that's a look at that on the carpet SB. That's a clean jacket. That's a large.
Ooh.
Tan's finds. That was a Ross too.
I think Carp. Did they just release one? Or this is
Um,
way back.
I don't know. No, I don't think this was way back. I think this was when the release of has to be at least like a year ago. I think.
Okay, it's the shark. It's the shark.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I see. Okay. The Egyptian, yes, the Egyptian heritage. Okay, makes more sense. But that's still a while ago, though.
Yeah. I don't
That's
know
the
what the
high top
price
shark.
was though. High top. Okay. Let me see. Carpet SB Dunk slept on Rory Matt. So that's pretty clean. I mean, I wonder how many of these are out there. I don't know the
Dude,
price or the. I know
that's
it's a
that's gonna be a
large.
lot. Just like the fact that they use a different was it language or letters?
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Because you know
yeah.
how like Supreme, the Arabic Supreme is like always
Mm,
like gonna be a lot more. I think
mm,
that one's gonna be a lot.
mm. Okay, so there we go. Let me see. So just the front and the back, but Tans finds. Oh, it says 40. So it says 39. 39. That's not bad at all. Let's see next one. Sneaker deals with the Grant Hill. Looks like two of them right there on the Swingman. Sport and Sanctuary Club. I did see the pants out there in this pink.
Oh, that's clean.
Yeah, I did not see the crew out there
Patience
though.
is a practice. I like that.
I like that. And then yeah, so a ton of Jordan ones out there is kind of some Jordan ones in kind of normal sizes. So right now, man, some of my Raw stores don't even know where to put these size 16, 17, 18s because they're
I just
taking
leave
up
on the floor.
yeah, huge amount of rack space. And so every store I've seen them, and I'm pretty sure everybody else in the chat has as well. There's a ton of them out there on the Jordan 1. So flood Jordan 1s, Kent. Let me see. Nice minty fresh on the Nike jacket. There we go. Can rock that one.
Yeah,
Jordan on
that
the
one's
crew.
ladies. That was ladies.
Oh, ladies one.
Yeah. That's,
Large, olive green. There you go,
oh,
Christmas time.
oh, that one's gonna be money. I know for a fact. Cause like all my Jordans, Christmas sweater went for way more than I thought.
Mm.
I actually undersold them.
Oh, very nice. 35 on these as well. Let me see. Where's Bigfoot when you need him? Too legit. Let me see. Heard some high school kids say, Ross, say out loud, they carry Jordans here? Select goods.
Dude, that's the second time I heard it. I actually heard it in my in our store. And it's like, yo, do you know they have Jordans here? And they were like, looking at it, and they just literally passed by like Hokas and stuff like that.
um, Tommy, what's up? Says Kent says buy everything. It all sells someday. You know what? I asked this to okay, what about the chat? What if I told B this? Okay, let's say you have good capital, right? You're like sneakers envy capital.
Yeah.
What if you just buy everything with a swoosh on it for a decent price at Ross? Like clothing, shoes, you're just buying it all.
Mm-hmm.
What would you think your sales and sell-through rate would be? And everything's brand new with tags, but
See,
everything
here's the
will
thing.
sell someday. That is true.
That
But
the problem with that is it becomes an old listing, right? Because like you're expecting that the first 6 months that it's not gonna have the most views because it's the most flooded. With I think with eBay's algorithm or something like that, once it's stale, I don't think it will show up in search unless there's somebody really looking at that.
mm.
But I think it's still better than stock market return. But but I don't know. Maybe we should try that. We should. The problem is, I think the problem
Should
becomes
try that.
the storage issue. You gotta have like a long term storage facility. Wait, what if you don't list it?
Well, then I guess hopefully your capital and your cash flow somehow is
Right. What if you
working
just buy
well,
it?
but
What if you buy it and stash it for 6 months to a year,
you could.
and then open it? Because right now there's like flood.
Yeah,
That
or
might
even
be
some stuff aren't even flooded because people are just passing on it. But realistically, it could be something that could sell down the road.
right
That
because like there's oversupply.
there you go. Can't boycott eBay ASAP. Volted. There go Can't. Shh. Let me go back up and see good capital, but going to need plenty of space in store and weights as big as valet. You have to be strategic. SA. Let me see. Manny Fresh. Anyone heading to Dallas SneakerCon this weekend? I am not. I don't think B is. I think you're going
No.
to which one again?
LA.
LA. Okay. All right. Let me see. Next. John Hustler with the Josh Jacobs Elite jersey. So should be what, the 335 or 325 on the retail on that one. I don't know what the Ross price is, but fully sewn. And I believe people are finding the Darren Waller one at TJ Maxx. Of course, he's with a new team. And then Josh Jacobs is kind of up in the air. So you want to get a lot of former players. But the elite ones, I guess if it's cheap enough too, you can definitely pick those up. I did see a lot of the Zeke Elliott, a lot of the Cowboys. Even those elites are now showing up at Marshalls. But a lot of them are still like 89 or 79. So still pretty pricey. Will Jacobs still be with the Raiders this season? We don't know. Just answer my question. Oh, with Ross already has inside info. So
What do
they're
you
already
mean?
selling them for cheap.
Oh yeah. That's how you tell. That's how you can tell. You just ask Ross.
Let's see. Mexico on the zip up. And some of the cleats. Burlington. Man, more Vince Carters.
Bro, still don't have my large on this one. I
There's
think
a
I
large
I
right
think I
there.
got a medium. It was too small.
Oh, well, there's a large right there. 824 Kobe on Whatnot tomorrow. Yeah, they're gonna be doing some drops.
I think they're dropping like 36 Kobe's, but good luck with that. It's shock drop for
Who's
eight
running them? Just
bucks.
like various sellers,
No, it's
or
warehouse.
actually, oh, warehouse. Oh, okay, interesting. All right, let me see that. Ross is where Schefter sources info and eBay inventory. All
Y-
right.
You actually might have a really high chance of being right.
Mo's Closet.
That looks normal.
It says Jordan's in a size 4 for 49. So I did like this though. Eastside
Oh,
Golf on the pants.
ooh.
These were 25.
Sounds you needed that one, Glenn. You need pants, remember?
I need pants. This boy just needs pants. 125 is the retail on these. So there goes the Eastside Golf. Slim fit though.
Hey,
Hey.
size 36. That's kind of big though.
You need a size 36. Yeah, it might help a little bit. We don't want those ball huggers now. We gotta be able to breathe a little bit. I don't even play golf, so who? I don't even. Mendes finds.
We'll get there someday.
Vans on Sailor Moon, kids, and then 270s. Two pairs on here. This one obviously looks like a bigger pair than that one. But I've been seeing a lot of grade school on the 270s. Even toddler 270s, a lot of them showing up. But the toddler ones are matching grade school pricing that I've been seeing too at like
Oh,
39, 44, things like that.
and that's how much that's how much they would sell too, right? Like 40 to 60 bucks.
No, there's some other ones that sell a bit higher. I guess on
Okay.
size, right? Like 5Y, 6Y, 7Y.
I'm saying toddler.
Oh yeah, the toddler ones, yeah, those are tougher. So, all right. I would show more, but this thing won't load, so let's get this out of here.
That's fine.
Okay.
Everybody's finding the same thing.
Everybody, everybody's doing the same thing, finding the same thing. Here we go. The next topic. All right, so we're talking about Foot Locker a little bit, and let's get this on screen. Here we go. Okay. Foot Locker stock drops 30% after sales decline Retailer blames consumers. Um,
That's funny though. That is funny.
ongoing consumer softness cited as
It's
key factor in sales plummet.
it's not the economy. It's not. No, no, it's the consumers.
You guys are getting soft,
They
bro.
turn soft.
They turned soft.
Dude, that is yeah. I've seen. I thought it was a joke because like I've been seeing people repost it and it says consumer softness. I'm like, huh? I don't get it. And then apparently it's part of the article.
Let me see. Looks like SNL headline. There you go, Kent. Oh yeah, it's our fault. Select goods. Consumers or releases have been trashed. Josh Leva. Footlocker is almost done, says Kent. So let's talk about this on their stocks. They shared their Q2 2023 earnings report today. Revealed that sales decreased by 9.9% to 1.8 million as compared to 2.1 million in sales generated at the same time last year. The physical store sales saw a decrease 9.4%, which the retail attributes to ongoing consumer softness, changing vendor mix, and the repositioning of Champs Sports. Now, apparently Champs has been struggling a little bit. I know that at least I think that they've been somewhat marking down more than Foot Locker. I mean, we saw like Fear of God hats were like $10.
Yeah, that's true.
Some other random stuff here, but um, I guess Champs on that side.
You
I
know
don't know if
why?
it's
It's finally caught catching up on them because you know how like the difference of feel. If you walk in Foot Locker, at least they'll say hi to you. Champs, they're just walking
that
around
is
like,
true.
you know what I'm saying? They're just hanging out. Actually, they're actually caught behind like those folding tables and just chill there,
hmm
and then nobody in the rest of the store. Like, that's what you get.
I mean, there's times where I've gone. It's weird though, because you go to Foot Locker and like I'd maybe see like two workers, and then I'd go to like Champs and there's like 10 workers and they're
Yeah,
chilling.
chilling.
That's weird, and I'm like, what? Like, what's
No,
going on here?
Foot Locker workers know how to hide in the back. Champs, they just nah, whatever. They just chill up front.
They're just chilling on their phone.
Uh,
So let me see. Our second quarter was broadly in line with our expectations, despite the still tough consumer backdrop. However, we did see a softening in trends in July and are adjusting our 2023 outlook to allow us to best compete for price sensitive consumers while still leaning into the strategic investments that drive our lace up plan, which means how they wanted to get maybe like single stores instead of being in the mall. They're working on that still, on what they want to do, going forward, 2024, 2025, and so on. Um, but on the opposite side, though, strong earnings, Walmart, TJ Maxx,
raw.
Ross.
That's where their money went. Why couldn't they say like competition or other stores taking market share? Nah, they're the consumer.
So let's talk about this, though. Now we're talking about two totally different things here. But so Walmart CFO says customers are stretching their dollars further and seeking better value across more categories more often. Now, do you agree with that statement? And I want to talk. This is important too because I want to see how it relates to your personal business on eBay, on Amazon, on different platforms, on the way people are spending their money right now. I guess when I look at this, because in this article as well, they talk about some of the other companies that are also struggling right now, which includes Target. So, companies like Target downgraded its full year outlook. Also footwear brands and other things like that. So we had like Adidas, Steve Madden, Skechers. Also, I know Dick's Sporting Goods has been struggling as well. They didn't hit their numbers. So I would say like for this case, if you want to look at a Walmart versus Target thing, it's not even necessarily a, I guess, value. I feel like you can find the same item at both stores and more than likely it's going to be cheaper at Walmart compared to Target.
No,
It's
I
a
agree.
different, audience, right? What are you going to say?
No, I agree. I agree that maybe the ones that used to shop on other stores are not shopping us because do you believe that people stopped shopping one place and went to the other, or you think the ones are just holding back?
Yeah, I mean it's, and that's the thing though. Like Dick's Sporting Goods, for example, their stuff is mostly all retail. I mean, they'll have some stuff on sale that they have maybe like on a
Hardly.
back display,
Yeah.
or sometimes like a clearance table or clearance rack. Now, it's the regular Dick's Sporting Goods are different from like their warehouse sales or those one-off stores that are all sales items. But for the most part, a lot of things are just straight up retail.
Yeah.
And I think at this point where we're at economy wise too, people are done with the
Yeah, with
retail
retail.
thing.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
we talked about this some point last year, how like it just makes no sense to be buying 97s, 95s, and 90 Air
Mm-hmm.
Max 90s at 185 and 175, and even to the point now that we know Nike's also selling them
Wait.
super
Yeah.
cheap as well. I
Yeah.
mean,
Almost the same as outlet pricing.
yeah. So let's hear it from the chat. What do you think about this and what's kind of going on here? I also wanted to point out too. So like, I think you had asked me too. You know, like with me buying bulk when it comes to the shoes and things like that, and I told you too. Even where I was buying bulk shoes, that price went up. And for me, I'm like, why is this price going up to buy these bulk shoes when you're, of course, buying everything?
Mm-hmm.
Women's, men's, could be running, basketball, different things. It makes no sense there as far as like where we're at to pay even more than what you're already paying when Nike's trying to liquidate their stock brand new
Yep.
with box and selling 97s for $70. Like,
Yeah.
now you're really picking and choosing what you want to source and how you're going to source it. Um, Let me see. All jokes aside, malls are hurting the same. The way some of the customers treat the workers too unacceptable. Armand.
That is true. I think it stemmed from like how we've had issues with um shortage of employees,
Mm.
right? So that was the thing. And I think we've lowered the standard of what a customer service rep is required to do, just so because back in the day, probably when the economy was better, we didn't have shortage of workers, you could hold people in a higher standard. But now, what are you gonna do? So if I'm a lazy worker, like what are you gonna do? Fire me, and then you're gonna have enough people to run your shift? Because there was even a time that even Nike had to cut hours,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
Nike outlet. So I wonder if that had anything to do with it. But yeah, like it shouldn't be an issue. The last thing you wanna experience paying retail or higher than internet pricing is getting treated terribly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I agree. I would definitely walk out. I would definitely not spend money there. I'd rather take my time, scour, and lowball people on Poshmark.
I mean, looking at these stores with, let's say, Target versus Walmart and a lot of these items, and even when you start adding up the groceries, and I do see you're talking about customer service side when a lot of people are making the like 13, 14, 15 to 18 an hour, and groceries are like sky high too. A lot of people are like, how do you even make it then? You know,
Yep.
and I could see that for sure with the groceries add up real quick. Let me see. I'll go back up. Customers have always treated workers badly. I've worked retail for some time to know that. Yeah, customers get out of control.
Yeah, I mean, that's a carrying entitlement people now.
I'd rather get yelled at on Whatnot stream than deal with FootLocker employees. Select goods, run it up.
That is funny.
Let's see. Also, don't buy stuff you can't afford. It is what it is. Merch Studios, and that's also. I mean, that's been a constant battle with. Honestly, it's been with Americans. We love things we can't afford, and we'll try to way to do it. And most of the
Yeah,
time,
all
it's
time
adding on
high.
debt.
all-time high in debt and credit card debts, right? Then there wasn't that just reported like all-time high in
Yeah,
credit
we're at
card
an all
debts.
time high. Especially the credit card debt is an all
Yeah,
time high right
yeah.
now.
It's,
And the interest rates keep going up as well to try to slow down the buying of houses and cars and things like that.
yeah.
It's 7% and above. So that's also changing as well. Let me see. Yes, trillion in debt says Kent.
Well, trying to break records here.
I'm trying to shatter records out here. Let me see. Select goods as a shopper. I go to the malls to try to find shoes. Then I look online to find them cheaper.
Yeah, that is so true.
I mean, that's the old Best Buy attitude that they hated.
What?
That's when people go to Best Buy, they look at
Mm.
all the TVs, they want to see what's going on, especially before football season goes, oh, this is a nice looking TV. Now that I get to see it in person, I get to look at the connections, look at the back, look at all the
Yeah.
details on it. Let me get it on Amazon.
No, no, I'm not gonna lie, that's me. I would literally go to like with my tech gears and stuff like that. Like I would go in person, watch it, hold it in hand, and kind of like feel right the feel of how big a 65 is, and then you can just order it online for pickup, and it's still cheaper. um,
Locked in at 3% here. Now I'm stuck now, but in paradise. There you go, Rory, Matt.
but
Very
here's the thing.
nice.
I think the integration of online buying for consumers was we talked about it was expedited during COVID, right? The people that didn't trust internet had to trust internet. So that was like a massive migration of consumers that would usually go in store now to actually not going in store and now doing it. And also the returns have been so easy, um and it's I think that has like an effect to everything that we're experiencing now. So it do you think that the consumer behavior have changed so much in the last 5 years? Chat, do you
Hmm.
guys think that the consumer behaviors have changed so much in the last 5 years? Because obviously, what 5 years ago was what 2018. Has it changed that much?
Hmm. Well, because in 2020 everybody was a baller, so I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
say, after those stimmies came in, everyone was just buying random stuff. So I guess kind of like a mini roller coaster,
hmm,
a mini hump of like, okay, we were kind of down, and then once, all right, cool, we're getting this bonus money, PPP loans, also a bunch of stuff, and then now we're kind of like down again.
hmm.
Um, Let me see. I was less picky in 2020. There goes select goods.
Yeah.
Um, yes, it has. E-commerce is booming. Yes, yes. No reason to go to the store. Time is money.
Hmm.
Who did it? Weird how many reseller YouTube sellers are having videos about the decline of reselling. Weird, huh?
Um,
That was our topic last week. How we
yeah,
talked about
because I think a lot of the YouTube sellers are not real business sellers.
yeah, which we talked
They're
about that as well.
they're view they make money on views. So they're just sharing that their eBay stores are doing terrible, hence they get views. But the reality is they don't have enough time to focus on running an eBay store because they're YouTubers. I'm not saying they're terrible business people. I guess it's just their focus. Their focus is making YouTube videos. And when your focus is YouTube videos, then you have definitely less focus on running an eBay store. But for most eBay sellers, I mean between the people that we know, we're having a good summer.
What do you have against YouTubers?
Huh?
What do you have against YouTubers?
I
What?
don't know. I don't know. It's
What are you trying to say?
yeah,
Just kidding.
yeah, like just YouTubers, man. Come on, let's bring it up.
YouTube sellers are hype sellers. They don't know how to mix it up. Josh Leva. Content is king to them, not reselling, says Kent. Let me go back up. You couldn't sniff a Jordan 1 in 2020, Josh Leva. Um, and yeah, of course, we've seen, that difference as well on the stuff Ross was getting. I mean, of course, Ross is on fire right now, and of course, they're gonna have all the CEO and everybody's talking about how Ross is doing
Yeah.
well. Look at how much their stores are loaded right now, and people are spending still. They want to get, I guess, whether it's value, whether it's
The
deals.
frames are still there.
Oh man,
There's more clothing racks than ever.
yeah, 100%.
And
And
then now they
so,
have Hokas there, so you're gonna have the running bros go there and shop.
I mean, even though they're random sizes, you're seeing more Jumpman,
Yeah,
more Jordans. I
yeah,
mean, during 2020, remember you would just see RBX nonstop. That was a point where people were like, "Are we ever gonna see a Vapor Max at
yeah,
Ross
yeah,
ever
yeah.
again?"
The what was that? Uh, Ross lost their Nike contract.
Oh yeah, like, oh, they're never gonna get Nikes again, or I mean, think it's gonna take time. And then
Yeah,
now look at them.
yeah, and now it's like
They're,
flooded.
I mean, some would say they might be selling more Nikes than Nike
Dude, you
because
can
Nike's
literally
numbers are even down as well. I
you could
mean,
get a full fit from discount retailers now.
oh, 100%. I mean, Burlington, Ross,
Mhm.
Go, and that's why they keep building more.
Yeah.
I mean, Burlington's,
Nike's closing stores down while Ross is like opening more.
yeah, these guys are new Spirit Halloween. Like, they'll take over your store. I mean, they're Burlington's ready to just jump in wherever, especially
It,
if there's a Ross nearby. Burlington wants to compete head to head, so they're trying to, get in on there. And Glenn, please make a parody vid wearing Supreme. What headband? Be a hype YouTuber.
just Blazing there might be offended. He's not even a YouTuber anymore.
Marlon, what's up? Select wearing a whole Ross fit as we speak. There we
There you
go.
go.
Okay, so that's where we're at. But how does that? You know what? We didn't finish off with talking about how does that get into your own business, eBay, Amazon, wherever you're selling. How does this news relate to your business, and how do you approach it? I mean, because what we're looking at here, people are looking for deals more than ever. Yes or no?
Yes, I would say
Online.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it don't
Even like
matter
what's
where they find. Yeah, they're definitely
exactly,
coming.
even like what's like goods is like I was less picky in 2020.
Yeah.
You're way
Hmm.
pickier now. Maybe you're gonna be looking at, let me look at eBay versus Amazon versus ordering it from Walmart or Target or things like that, and maybe some better deals there. But when you're on eBay and you're looking for products, I don't see any side of you saying, "Man, I really want to pay. I really want to overpay today on eBay for this item." I mean, you're
No.
probably gonna bring out maybe like Honey or some of these other ones to like maybe try to compare, like,
Yeah.
on
The
who else is
discount.
selling
Yeah.
that
Hmm.
product,
Yeah.
things like that.
Hmm. No, I think the result or the implication of this for the business is it's not the time to be relaxed right now. It's not the time to be lazy. Meaning is I've searched more comps more than ever this year.
Hmm.
Meaning I value my purchases more because this has to make more sense. I think that's where I don't think I read into this more, but now that these things are coming up, it's just a reinforcement why, man, if they're slowing down, if there's gonna be future more inventories, if and the feel in person, you'll see more products. When you see more product, that means like, man, nobody's buying, right? That's kind of like, when when there was a drought, that means like, man, everybody's hungry for product. So I think you have to be a lot more smarter. Hence, like, I haven't really sourced a lot. So I would say I've sourced more or less the last 2 months because I'm just waiting. I'm being patient. I'm trying to actually work more to get inventory, meaning like I'm texting people. I'm actually negotiating harder. Like I told you, like, I pretty much just I would start at offering you half than what you're asking from me, and then we'll work our way up. Before I would be like, can you get 10% cheaper? You know what I'm saying? That was the thing. So I think that's kind of like how I see when I hear this. And obviously Q4 is gonna be better, right? Like every Q4 is always gonna be a little bit better. But I think if you're being disciplined now and you carry it to Q3 and Q4, I think it will work out better. As long as you're in pulse and check with your business, um, you know, we could be economy proof in a way because we're dealing with the discount items. We're not trying to. Back in the day, we were selling way over market, way over retail.
Mm.
So I think the under retail market, I think is a lot more stable than I think. But as long as the money makes sense when your are still there, I think you'll be fine.
Well, Q4, of course, everyone, companies, e-commerce businesses, everyone's banking on Q4. But it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of funny that when Q4 comes around, all of a sudden, hey, gas is cheaper. Because everything has to.
Yeah.
It's like that's how everything helps the other companies work out, or the other
Mm-hmm.
kind of businesses and that side of things work out. Oh, gas is cheaper. Oh, now we have more money to spend over here. It's like, I mean, Q4 is going to sell itself. We already know that. But it's best to just have the timing down, have the inventory down. But there is a lot more inventory than probably previous years that
Mm-hmm.
that we've seen.
Yeah.
I guess what you're also saying about being under retail though is how you cannot lose in that end is because it's brand new with tags.
Right.
You're not competing with pre-owned, pre-worn. I think those are different types of I guess battles there when you're talking about people looking for certain, because if you're going on there looking for a pre-owned Nike shirt, I'm in my own head I'm already thinking I'm going to be paying less
Mm-hmm.
than a brand new with tags. If I'm
Right.
going with that mindset of it being pre-owned.
Yeah.
Now I go in there, I'm searching, hey, a Nike tee, it's pre-owned, someone's selling it at 15, but then someone's selling a brand new one at 15.
Yeah. Or you could go
I'm
to
gonna go
Nike, you
brand
get
new.
2 for 25.
Yeah, or that too. I mean, you're gonna go with the brand new one,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
and I guess kind of like what the story thing was saying here is like kind of getting more for your value on
Mm-hmm.
your dollar on that standpoint. Okay, let's see. Let me get this out of the way. We'll get into our next topic. But I want to see what the chat says. Election year, they're saying interest rates gonna come back down. Usually election year,
Yeah.
things like that,
Everybody's gonna
things
play
change. So
nice. They're gonna
exactly.
whoever's the current admin is gonna do whatever it takes to stay in seat, and if they lose, they pretty much screwed whoever's taking over.
So it's always games. The rough pricing environment is related to the falling value of our U.S. dollar. It's unreal how much more things cost in a few years. Forget what they say on TV. We know it. Merch Studios. Well, I think a lot of is denial too, or a
Yeah.
lot of it is just like, well, like we said, charging it to the cards, being
Yeah.
in debt. You'll be fine
Yeah.
until that just keeps growing and catching up on you. What happens when Ross takes advantage of this boom and their prices start hovering not too far from retail price? Today's J's are $90. Maybe tomorrow they'll be 120.
Hmm.
Well, that's when I think that they're gonna have to eventually clearance them out, because now
They're
if I'm
sitting.
paying 90, but you have size 9, 10, and 11, maybe we're talking some different deals here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're charging 90 and you have size 16, 17, and 18,
Yeah.
well, then they're going to take space on that rack. Ross hates having items
Yeah.
taking space on the racks, and they could put better items on there.
Yeah.
Eventually, they're going to clearance them out. They're going to keep going lower and lower.
Yeah. And I think they're in the model of pushing volume. I mean,
Oh,
we know
always,
that.
always volume.
But and I don't think they're gonna penny pinch and be like, oh, the fact that clothing is their most seller, I don't think the shoes are actually a lot. I mean, it takes so much more square footage per dollar. That's what I think, because they could just replace it with racks and replace it with hundreds more of clothing at $10 to $20. Um, I think I don't think that's gonna happen, and if it ever does, they're gonna pay for it.
Mm.
I mean, it might affect us. It might affect us, but knowing that there's so much excess of inventory, um, it would be a matter of time. Clearance is gonna happen, and discounts gonna happen and stuff like that. And obviously, they don't really get Jordans like this. This is not normal. So I think they're just testing the waters, charging at that, because the fact that they've made all Adidas boosts for $24, that's new,
Mm.
right? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's new. That means they're getting so much of it. That's why they want to get rid of it. Because back in the day, it was 59 for Ultra Boost and 55, something like that, 54. But for them to slash it that much, that means there's gonna be a lot more coming.
Interesting. All right, so a couple of topics here, or at least one topic kind of relate to some other ones. So B had a conversation. You've been joining, I guess like List Perfectly
List
in the.
perfectly mastermind.
And then when is this? Like in the mornings? What you
Yeah,
said?
it goes on every morning. It goes on every
Okay.
morning, but I usually go in like once or twice a week.
Okay. And how would you say how many of them are more of kind of like the thrifting bins type of sellers, maybe garage sales, things like that?
I would say like majority of them, they a lot of them are in the secondary market. I would say there's garage sales, there's estate, there's electronics, but mostly a lot of them are clothing as well.
Yeah. What'd you say? And I guess so. You, what kind of questions have you been getting in there? And then not only that, but you did have a conversation with also like a, someone that mostly does thrifting, and they had quite a bit of like questions and conversation with you on like, I don't. It's because I don't think we should be approaching eBay differently as far as like storing products, listing products, being consistent. I feel like that's a lot of like that. Whether you're retail arb or you're a thrifter, you should be
Hmm.
doing regardless.
Yeah,
But
I, I I think the majority of the question is like the ROI, right? And I typical typically the retail arbitrage people have lesser ROI than bins, than garage sale and stuff like that. But because it's so much lower buy cost. But the thing with lower buy cost, if you're not picky about it, you can got with buying so much that you don't have enough time to list it. That is my main issue, right? Like if stuff are not listed, you're costing your business cash flow. And when you have more capital, why don't you try buying and paying up more for a more likable inventory? Um, that's why a more likable inventory would turn your money faster. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what inventory it is.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be retail arb. I mean,
Right, right. That's true because like there even in sneakers category, a lot of people actually kill it on used sneakers,
yeah, yeah,
right? Like
exactly.
way more volume than brand new. Actually, the brand new market right now it's not the greatest even for sneakers. But we talk about the discounted, right? But 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 I think the thing that I always say is like things doesn't really change. It don't matter what item you have. You still have to list it, uh, keyword title it, comps, and store it, right? And I think it boils down to like efficiency, right? I think when you're a niche seller, you're efficient. But when you're a broad seller, you actually have a lot of knowledge, right? Um, um, like, so if you take me to a Goodwill bin or a Goodwill store, you would definitely outsource me. But my whole thing is if you have $1,000 and I have $1,000 and the goal that's our starting capital, um, I think paying up for an inventory that's more likable and then that's more uh that has higher chance of selling faster is better because you're getting your cash flow back. If your stuff doesn't sell, then it sits and then you're accumulating less desirable items more. Unless you can do it in volume, right? Unless you can do
Mm-hmm.
it in volume, because it doesn't matter what stuff you sell. It's either your volume or quality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you gonna be LV or Gucci? Oh, you can be LV or Walmart,
Mm-hmm.
or Gucci or Walmart, right? They're making money, but there's just a the time and focus are spent differently, right? Walmart might be spent more in logistical, right? Their money is in logistics and stuff like that, where LV is more on design. They spend more money in design. They hire Virgil Abloh. Now they hired Pharrell. They're definitely paying up for those people.
Yeah.
Marketing, they're paying up more. they're paying up more in rent, but it's the same. They're making money. They're still a $1 million company. Now, how will you translate that concept in your business? So if you have a business where you could replicate either of one and you can make it work, I think you win.
So Kent says quality over versus quantity. Brandy says you can find good, cheap quality items. A lot depends on the location. Kent, ASP and focus is key. And so I guess your example would be like if we both went to the thrift and I bought 100 clothing pieces at $1 each,
Mm-hmm.
and then you found 4 jerseys at $25 each,
Right.
And they happen to be Chiefs, Eagles,
Right.
current players. It's I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happened randomly got there. Maybe
Yeah.
a Jordan jersey was in there.
Yeah.
And you're
or
like, hey, I'm gonna buy these 4 jerseys compared to 100 random T-shirts or long sleeve things like that for $1 each.
yeah.
But you're also saying that because I bought 100, it's
You have
also
to
going
list
to take me
100.
longer for me to get them all listed correctly,
Mm-hmm.
store them correctly, and I'm also going to be waiting longer to move them.
Right. Right. Also too, we can even compare that with the hats that you buy.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't even have to be t-shirts. You buy hats.
Yeah.
You still have to, well, one-off hats, right? Not
Yeah.
same quantity hats. So I think you have to start valuing your time, right? And again, like I eventually you're gonna have enough capital. That's why I always say, like, we all start with you started with garage sales. Would you think you would have made the same money you make now if you stuck with garage selling?
No, because I also don't think I can get the supply
Yeah.
as well.
And
mean-
I don't think you would be able to list that much, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say easily we spend $100,000 a year on items. At your level now, it's so hard to buy and list $100,000 cost. Would you agree on that one?
To buy,
$100,000 buy cost of garage sale, thrift,
oh yeah,
swap meet.
yeah.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a hard money to spend because you have to spend to make money.
Yeah.
Right. In the business, it's like you have to spend money. So the challenge is how fast can you spend the money and how fast can it get listed up, no matter what product. Because we know people that flip GoPro. GoPro was flying, right? Like it was like, and that was out of the ordinary. But he knew the folding process of the item. There are also people that do recycling. They would buy and collect donated electronics and they would piece it apart. So their focus and energy is more on still sourcing, right? Because you still have to get whether it's free or not, but more on the labor intensive side because you have
Yeah.
to pay people to disassemble it
Yeah, exactly.
and still list it.
And still list.
That's why they have to get their products free. They want to get their products for free because they're paying so much more on labor cost.
Okay, but also my example, I bought 100 shirts, but I also didn't tell you that out of the 100, 12 of them are actually stained pretty bad,
Yeah.
or they're torn,
Yeah.
or there's something wrong with those as well.
So that means you didn't have a better buying process because it felt right. Like once you buy used and lower quality items, you have to put more time on your buying side. Now you have to double check everything. But sometimes when you think it's so cheap, you don't care. And that's when it bites you. It's like, oh crap, even if it's cheap, it doesn't matter whether it's cheap or not. Your quality of picking, it's got to be the same level.
But I'm also putting in the back work too because I also have to wash the clothes. I
Yeah.
mean, even if I bought shoes, like you said, taking apart electronics, you're gonna have to do that as well. I mean, I used to do that a lot of the gaming stuff when I bought
Yes,
a lot of the
you have to test it,
Nintendo
right? Yeah.
systems and stuff. Yeah, I used to have to. Some of the Nintendos I had to take them apart, and then working on the little I forgot those things are called, little pins and stuff, and Yeah, I mean, it'll take your time. I mean, to get the money that you want. I mean,
Yeah. And I think, I mean, Brandy, is Brandy the one? Brandy, are you the one in our mastermind? Is this Brandy? Yeah, we've had good conversation with Brandy. Brandy said, I agree. Sometimes you have to pay up, right? But I wonder if it becomes, if you get to a point that you can pay up, right?
okay. What's your example? Like,
Like for example, like what if you have sourcers now? Because I've seen a lot of people even in sneakers, in retail arbitrage, and even in pickers, right? Like even the vintage category now they have sourcers,
okay. Oh yeah, that's true.
so
True.
that's paying up, right?
Yeah.
So when you pay up, then you have, technically you paid more for the item, but you actually didn't because you bought your time back, right? Because if you paid me to shop, then you bought 100 items, I bought 100 items, but my buy cost is more, but it's not actually more because you didn't buy my gas, you didn't buy my time, you did pay up for my time and gas. So eventually it's very relevant if you think about it. At the end of the day, it's all relevant. So it's both ways. It's both ways. So it's a matter of how you can figure out the system. But at the end of the day, if you want to make $100,000 a year, you better make sure you can list $100,000 a year worth of inventory and sell it,
Yeah. And that
right?
goes for I don't care where you're sourcing.
It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Or I could just buy one car, right, for $100,000, and it's a rare car that I could flip for 200. So, but it might take me all 6 months to look for that car, or buy, three cars and fix them up and make that amount of money. It's possible.
So, how would this relate to all the because even on man on IG, YouTube, Reddit, everything right now, my eBay store is dead. No sales. What did I do? This is a huge thing too. What did I do to piss off the algorithm? eBay algorithm on searching to find my item.
Yeah,
Um,
I think if you did the most basic thing, what's necessary, I don't think algorithm has anything to do with it, but your product desirability.
plain and simple.
Right, because let's just say, right? Let's say if we're selling, what's the most flooded shoe right now? Oh, if we're selling us Jordan size 19, Jordan 13 playoff size 19 right now.
Okay.
Size is not desirable. And let's just say we didn't know anything, we just know it's Jordan. And then you put it up there, you did everything that Hustlebee did, good photo, 12 photos, style, everything. You literally copied my style, and but you just have a terrible item. You can't blame algorithm for that. At some point you have to take responsibility. It's like, oh, that was a bad buy. I think that's business. And the faster you realize that, the faster you could do that, it's the faster your business will grow.
I mean, we've seen, I guess, like, what would be another example of, like, like older media used to sell really well, like on Amazon. Man, you could buy
Or books.
VHS
Or
and,
books too, right?
yeah, VHS.
CDs.
Books are probably still doing better than CDs and
Yeah.
movies or
Yeah.
VHS or even DVDs, I would think, at this point. But let's say that side on the eBay side, I feel like you're looking or you're seeking the right buyer to actually want this product, even though it is older and not something that it's high desire, like you said. Like my kid must have broke this, Xbox 360 game that's not really that popular, and now I need to get a new one or a replacement one
Right.
or different little like I don't know situations to
Yeah,
really want
you're
to get that
talking about,
item.
like, yeah, you're talking about the stars having to align
Yeah,
for your stuff to sell,
yeah,
right? Like that is a very niche market of 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 leaving it to chance, right? And that's what I always said. Like, I would say, like, the easiest item to sell is Nike products. I only say that because every month eBay sells. I think the last month they sold $13 million worth of Nike brand. So why don't you start with that? Because you know there's $13 million that's gonna be bought, and just hope that 100 of that is your product. Unless and here's the crazy part, a New Balance is around like 5 mil, way less. So right, like so it's just like saying like, would you sell something that $15 million is interested, or $5 million? Kind of like the talk of eBay versus selling Mercari. eBay has 132 million people. Mercari has like three. Like, so you would definitely put more effort on eBay in the
Um,
numbers. It don't matter what you sell.
Yeah, I did see that they're gonna shut down the online games for 360. A lot of the someone also came up with like, now's the time to buy 360 games. Look them up, see how much they're gonna go to, and for the most part, a lot of people were like, I don't see them going up anytime soon. I mean, a lot of the physical games, even for the 360, you're also depending on the people that still play the 360, and then now you're gonna go down even a sub niche on like a certain games or what kind of game they're gonna be playing. Unless, of course, you're looking at a collector or a certain game that is rare. Those are different situations, but not like an everyday game that there's thousands of copies, pre-owned
Right.
copies out there. And so that's so one of
Correction, Glenn. It's $34 million a month. Last month on Nike.
oh, there we go. Correct.
That's pretty high.
Correction. So one of the person also saying that they're not selling anything and the store is dead is a card seller. What is your take on that then? Because now, is the card thing going down, or are there more sellers doing cards, or is cards a thing that is not seen as like a right investment right now when you don't have that extra money to put it to?
Yeah, I think that's that, because one, it's like excess and we're banking on nostalgia. Um and what are you mentioning, sports cards
Yeah,
only?
just sports cards only.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sports cards.
not Pokemon or anything
Yeah,
else.
and there's been a lot, and I feel like, and this is what I've heard. I feel like there's a lot more people like, hey, like go to grandpa and go get the box. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it became mainstream that all of a sudden it's not just Panini's supply. Now it's everybody's dad's basement supply getting up on the on the on the platforms. So I think there's definitely that, and again, it's like it has to bank with either great usability of a product, or there could be a trend, like the dunk trend, right? The dunk trend was good, but the manufacturers have flooded the market. Now the demand is filled, right? There's only 100 people that has feet, and Nike puts 200. So now everybody's gonna buy two. When everybody bought two, who are you gonna sell it to?
That's true. Well, that's why, because timing is everything that we've also talked about. It's just that like at Panda Dunk selling for 350 at one point.
Yeah,
Why was that?
there's less supply. There were
And
there
they're
were
more,
100 feet, and there was only 20 available in the market.
and with them being fat in fashion at the time,
Yeah.
timing,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, less supply,
Yeah.
the demand is going up.
Right.
Now they're 350, 300.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, every month Nike's pushing them out.
Yeah.
They go lower and lower
Yeah.
and
The
lower.
fact that they're able to charge more and still sell out says a lot. That there's demand still there for retail,
Yeah, for retail.
right? Not for 350 anymore.
And that's where I think where the 350 sellers can't really say, well, I don't know why sales are dead. Well, you're still expecting
'Cause you
350
haven't
when that's not
adjusted.
over, when
Yeah.
that's not the case right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
that
When you
time
play,
changed.
yeah, when you play with trends, you have to move way quicker than you think.
yeah.
Because
It's-
I mean, same thing with what happened to our Jordan ones when we bulk bought them.
yeah.
Shadow 2.0, Pollens.
Oh man.
The shoes before that was popping.
Yeah.
But we just saw the cutoff at UNC University once or Mocha's. After that, everything crashed.
Yeah.
So that was timing. But if we bought UNC and Mocha's and when we bought more of those, I mean, you bought some, but when we went harder on those, it would have been a lot better. So that's why, like, again, that's why it's. I think when you play with hype, it's very risky. Or
Yeah.
trend, right? Let's just say like, oh, Barbies right now. Like, you think you're just gonna buy all the Barbies and flip it. Next thing you know, a new movies is out. I like. I don't think. I mean, it may be a sustainable business, but I think you're gonna have a lot of losses over time.
So, question for the chat and for the B. So, what about student loans coming back in October?
Oh, it
Now,
hasn't gone back yet.
no.
Okay, it's about to come back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that also going to be playing a part in people spending? Yes or no? Let's see what the chat has to say. I
what's the
believe
average payment? Do we know?
I believe the average payment was around 300. I think. Select goods, we are screwed. Rory, Matt, Nike can't even keep up with their hype and overproduce. Danny says yes. Let me see.
Glenn, you're wrong now. It's 503.
What? Oh man.
Yeah,
So the average student loan payment now is
503.
500?
Bro, that's a sports car.
That is insane. Definitely
Yeah,
yes. That's SA.
bro. Yeah, we ain't selling Jordan 4s.
What about a size 19 Jordan 4?
Definitely no. Even because even Sasquatch gotta eat.
And apparently pay his student loans too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's also another thing that's coming into play that a lot of people were also having a discussion about, which I think that's obviously a legit discussion on that side as well.
Man, it's a sports car.
Well, you're just thinking about what kind of car he could get with that.
Yeah, $500 cars. Like,
And our last thing that I want to mention, though, that they talked about here is about buying and selling in waves. True or not true? As a seller and or a buyer. So some people were saying, as an eBay seller, like I sell 10 items and then the next day I have 2. And then the next day after that is 2. And then the next day after that it's 10. And then 10. And then 10. And it's just coming in waves. Why is that? Is that true? False? Does that happen to everybody? Most people? Is that eBay algorithm? Does that come into play? Yes or no?
no, I think it's a buyer behavior, like back to school, those kind of stuff.
Mm.
I don't think it has anything to do with a platform. Kind of just like how, right? Let's just say like I have hoodies right now. I mean, like obviously hoodies are not gonna sell as well, but next thing you know, Q4, we can't blame the platform and take credit. Blame the platform when it goes bad and take the credit when it goes good. We can't do so. We
So
can't
Danny
do.
says, yep, maybe the algorithm. I only buy in waves because I'm riding that wave in the flood, says Rory Matt. And who did it says, didn't sell a pair for shoes for 9 days, then sold 4 on consecutive days. So I think it is definitely an interesting conversation on there on how people are buying and or selling. And even when I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, man, okay, I'm listing this jersey and this expectation that someone is going to come in and buy it is actually kind of crazy when you really think about it, that somebody out there is going to not only look for this item, but they're going to pay that item that you want, and you're going to be profitable at it. And this happens every day when you're selling items. I mean,
Yeah.
there's somebody out there that is looking for that item, or maybe what was it that sold them? Was
Brent,
it the
Brent,
fact that was it the product, like you said?
yeah.
Is it because you're dependable as a seller? Customer support and feedback from the platform? I don't know.
See, like Brandy says, she's getting waves, but at the end of the one, it's all the same. So let me ask you this question: have your sales been pretty consistent month to month?
Since adding as much inventory as I had, yes. Now, if
Okay.
you're talking about last year and the year before that, when I didn't have this much inventory,
Oh, it's way,
um,
yeah,
it's totally different.
yeah. Like I I already sold more than I did last year. Well, that's given the fact that we were on whatnot too. So,
Mm.
um, but but yeah, I think I agree with her statement that it's constant because mine inventory I've been just maintaining it. Well, I'm assuming yours too, right?
Yeah.
You've been maintaining. You haven't really added a lot more. It's just more of like replenish. And I think once you figure out the kind of inventory you're buying and what's available during the season, as long as your numbers add up, right? Okay, if your goal is 50% ROI, if you're sticking with that rule and you're maintaining $200,000 worth of listed inventory, I think your sales gonna be constant. There might be days that's dry, but there are gonna be days that's gonna be super high that cover the last 3 or 4 days.
Hmm.
So so I don't know. Anybody in the chat, like how has your sales been month to month? Has it been like roller coaster or overall within 10% of range?
Well, one thing I can tell you, algorithm wise and things like that, that I did tell B this, it happened maybe like 2 months ago. I had no sales at all for a Saturday, one random Saturday. And I'm like, something's going on here. It doesn't seem right because I've been consistent every single day with pretty much the same amount of, I guess, dollar amount on my sales. And for some wild reason, I was like, let me check my feedback. And I had a negative feedback that I had gotten that Friday night.
Hmm.
And then led into Saturday, and I had no sales. And I just thought that was really weird that, I mean, one out of all those feedback would do something like that, yes or no? And I'm like, or am I just going crazy here
We
thinking
found
that
it. We found it. The switch is on the feedback.
that the switches, I was
Stop.
like, what is going on here? And so I thought it was super weird to me. I mean, is that a coincidence? Is that me thinking weird?
No, you just reminded us that you're still human. That
Not correlated.
yeah.
Please can't.
Yeah, guys, that just goes to show you that Glenn's still human and still has feelings. That when somebody attacks his store with one negative feedback, he'll like, oh, that's it. No, I don't think so.
I guess because in my own head, I'm thinking, if I was to buy from somebody and I click
Yeah,
on their feedback and their latest feedback is something
a negative.
stupid with a negative,
But bro, like,
is that gonna turn me away or not
no,
as a buyer?
no, can't be
No.
because you have like 50 million positive reviews and it will say selling since 2000 BC.
It doesn't matter what I did in 2000 BC. It matters what I did today.
Uh,
And there's
that
a
that,
negative.
that is
Hustler
true.
hacks found an eBay hack, select goods.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? We'll just have to ask them then.
Yeah, we'll ask him. Literally, find that date. Well, I'll ask eBay. Like,
Glenn, it's true, says eBay. You see? Feedback equals I want it to be perfect, says JC. Most buyers are on their phones. They're not checking feedback. They're not even checking description. What says feedback?
yeah, that is true. Especially or title. Is this
Or
a 9? Is this a 9? I'm like, sir, it's a 9.5 on the title.
Yeah. Is this a men's? It says men's size medium.
Is this a men's medium? I'm like, well, you did get the both title right, but you weren't just thinking that that's what I'm trying to sell.
Brandy, as a buyer, I go off the majority of feedback. There's always going to be a Karens. You see? The Karens, they're on the wild. I rather believe in coincidence. I think you have a point, Glenn. Test it out. Armand, see, Armand believes. I like that.
Can't leave Glenn the negative feedback. See what happens.
No.
Chad, don't go. Please, Chad. Even haters, please don't go to Glenn's store and buy and put negative feedback because Glenn's not gonna sleep for 24 hours.
Hi, is this available after posting it 10 minutes ago? That's mostly on Mercari. I get a bunch of those. Are this available? My
Yeah.
favorite one is, can you tell me more about this product? Well, what am I going to tell you? I mean,
Hey, that's when you need AI integration. Chat GPT, tell the customer more about this product.
true. Don't get Kent started on chat.
Yeah. Oh crap, Kent's here. Kent's
Kent's
here.
here. Lucky and Three Legs. I was gonna buy a pair from you that Saturday, but I saw that feedback and said no, thank you. This year can't be trusted. There we go. How many miles on these shoes?
I mean, you're laughing, but runners ask that.
Yeah, they do.
Cause it's what, like most high end runners, like 250 miles on them. Like next thing you know, we'll have like odometer on the sneakers or something like that.
We should have done a live show on just like wild ass stuff that happened on eBay. Of course, my favorite ones are like when buyers counter with the same offer that I just countered you. You know what I mean?
It's like, yeah, it stumps you, right? It's like, wait, is this a scam? You know, then you start thinking like, oh, it's a scam. Or like some people that offered you $5 under. Like I think it was like a $600 sale or something like that. I think I was asking $629, and then the buyer just wants $625, and I'm like, this has to be like a hater or something like that. And like accepts it, and then
in this economy, it's $4.
It's a gallon of gas.
There you go. Yeah, my favorite one is like, hey, Jersey, they offer 120, and then I counter at 140, and then they counter at 120. Dude, you just offered me 120. I just countered it, so we're just coming back with the same offer.
Dude, I have somebody keep saying please, question mark, and it's like it's not sold yet. The dude comes back every week or every other week. It's like, please, can you lower the price now, please? Like, I'll buy it if nobody else buy it, please. Yeah, and then just like, sorry, this is my best price. That's so
It's
annoying.
consistent though. You gotta reward that sometimes. It's consistent.
Yeah, and just send them fakes.
No, what? Let me see. They ask and never buy.
No, that happens on Poshmark, and this is, I guess we can end with this funny story or prank that Hustlebee plays on Poshmark. So you know how so I have like a high end, like a $200 dunk, and they go offer 100, and then I respond in the comments, sure, I'll do 100 for the right pair. Add another 100 for the left. I do. I do that when they're consumers.
Are they mad?
Huh?
Are they mad?
No, they actually say no. I want both for 100.
Oh.
They're trying to clarify myself. Oh, I thought I can. And then there's
two shoes in this.
Left and a right.
Yeah,
left and right. You get to. And then there's people that lowballs you for like a $300 shoe, and I get really chatty, right? Because Poshmark is a social platform, so you have to be social. So there's this guy that I responded, do you really, just want to clarify, are you really asking $150 off on a $300 shoe? Question mark. And then they say, oh, sorry for the lowball offer. I'm like, yo, you didn't know that as soon as you offer that to me.
Yeah, I know exactly what they're doing. But yeah, people are, they're funny on there, and sometimes it could be funny on the jokes, but sometimes they do get a little annoying, but it's up to you to help them out.
Yeah, I mean, I think eBay, you can't do that, because if eBay reads that message, you might not get a sale the next day.
No, here we go. This guy's just clowning on me now. We're talking about feedback, damn it. What if you'll be surprised how many sellers take the offer. They go, Kent.
So that's a technique. Just send
low ball. Just keep on going.
Man.
Just keep sending. Send every day. Until you all right, anything else before we go? Any other random stories you want to throw in? Any random funny things that happen? Let me see. Let me go back up. Richmond says, I've been selling more to friends through IG posts lately than eBay, but still adds up as sales as a reseller. eBay is still my main platform. Jerseys are hot for Filipino ballers.
Ballers. Oh.
Is that true?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know.
No. All the we call them titos. That means the unks, the uncles.
The unks.
Yeah. They're the dudes that's like. They're the ones that's like, oh man, I remember back in the day I could dunk. Like those ones. And then right now they're like wearing like 2X, 2XL. They're they're huge. They're fat, but the length didn't grow. They didn't grow, but they didn't grow taller. They just grew wider. So they have to wear 2X, and then now it's like a dress. So that's what Arman said. You're the reason why I see Filipino leagues where the players are swimming in their jersey.
Let me see. LP Soldier, is it better to sell in person because it's not traceable compared to online? Well, I mean, you're not paying any
Yeah.
fees and taxes if you do it in person. Well, also assuming that you're taking cash,
I'm
not.
assuming that you're not reporting it
Yeah, then that's a
because
different.
you still have to.
Yeah, that's a different thing. But I would say what any sale you can get, I'm happy for any, in person or online.
Um.
Brandy, when is the Glenn and Ken listing party going to start? You're both very knowledgeable. Appreciate that.
Oh, we might have to do
There
that
we go.
at least once a month, Glenn.
At least once a month. Try to get in there and talk a little bit. I mean, I think that there's just so much there that has to relate to whether you're sourcing at thrift stores or retail or wherever. We have a lot of the same principles that need to
Yeah.
be worked
Highlight
out.
the same principle, and and really find out the pain points. Right. I think that's one of the things. Find out the pain points, and if it's something that we can solve, because I've had that problem with listing when we bought bulk, and the only solution was to list more. Hence, I hired more, part timers to list.
Yeah.
But in the end, I had to pay out of pocket. I was like, man, that's like my car payment. You're handing your car payment. Oh, that's like total of my mortgage this month, right? So I was like, I'm not really like fun of like giving people my bills money,
Yeah.
because you have to, when
Yeah.
you're trying to list more faster.
Ray, what's up? There he is, bro. Hey, I got some Denver Broncos stuff I need to give you. Always pay taxes, says Kent. And there we go. All right. Did you hear about what, Connor? Let me see. Did you hear
But
about
eBay
the
taxes, you
eBay
guys have to
taxes? You guys
report
have to
next.
report next year on tax filing.
We always have to report. So Connor, you think that we've been evading all this time?
We got to get not your dad's CPA. He knows
Yeah.
all. He knows all the tax questions. Um, all right. I guess we may or may not see you on next Wednesday, depending on the show and
Hey,
what's going on there.
Sunny. Thanks, Sunny.
Sunny, there he is. But I will get a video for Friday.
Yo, you know what? We need to get Sunny. We need to get Sunny.
Yeah, let's get
Sunny.
Sunny on here.
Yeah. Sunny, we'll schedule.
And
Um,
Kent. Where's Kent? And Select Goods.
Select goods. Sunny's cool. Sunny's would be a good contrasting take, because he's a YouTuber too, and he
Which
does.
you're not a fan of, but go ahead.
He's a thrifting. He's a thrifter. So Sunny, we should make that happen.
All right, there you go. Dr. Dandruff, what's up? All right. Yeah, not your dad CPA is awesome. Use them. There you go, Brandy. Very nice. All right, we are done. Enjoy your Wednesday. And hey, football starting. Very nice. Finally. Almost here. All right, we are done. Go ahead and get it. See ya.
Peace.